Ahoy hoy folks, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. My name's Sean, aka Uncle Frogface. Welcome to the video. So first things first, I have a face. Hi there, hello, you can see me. I've decided to finally take the plunge and put my face on YouTube. Yes, that's right. So this is going to be my setup going forward, and it just means that I can chat to you guys and share some of my screens as well so you can see what I've going on. So today's video, I want to check out the free painting app HEAVYPAINT. I had a bit of a play around with it yesterday and it was a lot of fun. So it's available on Windows, Mac, Linux, iOS, Android. It's a really pared back digital painting program. It's completely free and I think that you guys might get a lot out of it. So let's head over onto the other screen, and we're going to be using the desktop today rather than the iPad, and let's go through some of the functions. See you there. So here we are, I've got a cup of tea, important work. I've got my glove and my pen, and I've got the Huion tablet set up here, and this is the HEAVYPAINT application. I said it was pretty stripped back, and I wasn't lying. There are no layers on this. You have a single canvas. You can undo, redo. You have some simple tools here which I'll go through, and your color slider which can be changed. And you just paint. So let's have a look at some of these tools. We've got draw. So if I select color, a nice green, draw just draws a line. Now you might see here that the colors aren't uniform, and that's because this slider here, you can see down the bottom it says color jitter. So if we turn that right down to the bottom, you'll have just that one solid color. You turn the color jitter all the way up to the other end, we have this rainbow effect, and it's based on the first color that you select, but it has a lot of variation going through, and you can adjust that however you like. And these work for all of the tools. So let's just for now take the color jitter back down to 0, undo some of these, undo, let's redo. So draw. And we have rect, and rect is rectangle, so drag and drop shape. Here we have the line tool, which is like the draw tool, but any way you like, and it creates a straight line. Fill tool, now this is probably one of my favorite tools. It's like a lasso tool, and as you draw, the shape that you lasso becomes your fill shape. Let's just change this color for a moment. Let's get a nice dark blue. There we go, and it follows the input from the stylus to create some nice shapes. We've got chisel, which kind of, it starts as a line and it drags that shape out. Interesting tool. I haven't really used it that much. Eyedropper, so you can go back to the purple color. You can even select the canvas color, chisel through there. Mix colors, and that each color that you go through, it picks up those colors and mixes them in. And smudge, obviously it will drag through. So my favorite tools on this are draw and the lasso. So let's go back to 0. There are some other options as well up here, so you can change the canvas size, and you just slide one way or the other, bigger, shorter. There we go. You can also change, so at the moment the display is on the left, so it's for right-handed, so you can see it if you're up here selecting things. If you're left-handed, select lefty and it will turn your selection over to the right side, so you want covering it with your hand as you're selecting things. You also change your color input, so RGB, HSV and hue box. Turn this back to right. There we go. There are other options down here as well. Auto saving, very important. Anti-aliasing. Sound, I haven't really used at all. And hardcore mode, I think, takes off redo. It changes some of the functions. But just as an example, here's one that I did yesterday. So when you finish a drawing, it then goes through stroke by stroke to reconstruct that picture. So this is just a quick portrait study that I did yesterday, and this took me about 15 minutes. And it's not the greatest portrait in the world, but actually for 15 minutes I was very impressed with the application. It's also something that I would potentially either work further in this program, or because you can export the image here, you can export as a PNG. You could then take that into another program. For instance, you could take that into Procreate, and once you're in Procreate you could edit it and use layers and do whatever you like over the top. Yeah, that's the basic program, and I thought it might be fun if we just settle down, put on some music, have a chat, I'll turn off my camera and do a bit of a painting. So let's get to that. So I think the simplicity of this program is its real selling point. We tend to be spoilt these days, I think, with the amount of bells and whistles that we have in our art programs. And I think it even comes to the point of forgetting our fundamentals. A big part of art is shape language and observation and being able to see what's actually in front of you. And I think it's too easy sometimes with some art programs, if you've got something wrong, just to shift it out of the way or blend it back. This is more akin to painting with a palette knife. Yes, with a palette knife you can scrape things off, and with this you can undo. But that's really the extent of it. You're forced to actually look at what you're painting and think ahead as well. If I'd have thought ahead with this painting, I should have put a background in. That's something that I'll know for next time. But at the same time, with just a few colours and a few shapes, a stalk starts to emerge from the canvas. And there's something really pleasing about relying on your own skills rather than a digital application. I had a lot of fun with this one. Wildlife painting is something that I'm quite passionate about. I mean, there are a few things that I'm passionate about in life. Wildlife painting, portrait painting, writing horror and education. It's a real mishmash. And of course, music has been in my life for a long time. But I've never actually painted a stalk. So when I thought about what I was going to paint today, I did what everyone does. I went onto Pinterest, had a look in a wildlife collection of images, and I saw this image of a stork and thought, yeah, that's my picture for today. And here it is. So you can see once I've got the main shape put in, all I'm really doing now is refining. And I think that's a really good way of working with art. You get in all of your big shapes first, and you go from the macro to the micro. So all of the big shapes, and you get smaller and smaller, and it's like chiseling out from a piece of marble. You get a rough shape, and then you refine it. And I had a lot of fun with this one. You can see there I'm adding some of the details to the eye. Now that it was already in place, I could go back and just add a few bits to make it a bit more lifelike. And I realised that actually, as I was working, it looked a bit flat with the colours that I had. So I wanted to add a bit more colour, and you'll see me coming in later. One of the things that I didn't realise this program had, that I discovered whilst I was working on this, is a black and white function. You'll see just down in the left hand corner it says BW. If you click that, it turns everything black and white, which is really important for having a look at your values, which is maybe something I'll cover in another video. But for now, I think I'm just gonna sit back and enjoy the rest of this. You'll see in a moment where the colours come in, and I think it really brings the piece to life. And I'll join you at the end of the painting. So there we have it. In just 25 minutes, I've created a piece that I'm pretty happy with. I mean, it's not a finished piece by my standards. It would need some more work. I don't know whether I'm comfortable enough yet with this program to carry on. I would probably take it into Critter or Procreate and finish it up there. Saying that, it's a very easy program to learn, so I don't think I'd have any problems learning more in the future. I don't think anyone else would have problems either. I recommend this program for beginners. Definitely, if you're just getting into digital art, give this a try. You don't need a stylus to be able to do it. You could do it with a mouse, or even just using your finger on a phone or a tablet that's running Android or iOS. I'm pretty impressed. I think this is a program that's just going to become something else that I use in my arsenal. So yeah, that's it for today. I will leave links down below to where you can download HEAVYPAINT for yourself. There are plenty of other tutorials online as well, particularly from the app creator, so I recommend you go and check those out. But until next time, I'll leave a link to another video at the end that you might like. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Literally. Bye.